It may have been delayed 10 minutes, but the most anticipated game of the season is finally here. Hello and welcome to Amy Park in Melbourne, where an undefeated and top of the table Melbourne City hosts second place Brisbane Roar. The Roar have scored the most goals in the competition by far, and with Lainey Fryer have the equal golden boot leader in their lineup. City, meanwhile, are simply stacked with talent absolutely everywhere you look. Two possession-heavy teams, two teams who love to play football the beautiful way. This game could have absolutely everything. So having a look at the live ladder now, you can see Melbourne City top of the tree, actually leading in the men's and women's competitions at the moment after their men's side won earlier in the day. Brisbane Roar sitting just behind them in second. The bottom half of the table, well, City FC picked up a point yesterday, which puts them momentarily off the foot of the ladder. That is an interesting storyline to keep an eye on. We'll head down pitch side now as players observe a moment's silence after the passing of Football Australia Hall of Fame administrator Stefan Kamasz during the week.
Getting closer to round 11 of the Ninja A-League kicking off here at Amy Park tonight. The team sheets are in for your Melbourne City taking on the Brisbane Roar. Let's take a look at how tonight's visitors line up on the screen now. Number 33, Olivia Sakani. Number 2, Leah Varley. Number 3, Deborah Ann Delahar. Number 6, Holly McQueen. Number 11, Sean Fryer. Number 13.
Let's take a look now at the way the two sides line up.
Number 16, Chelsea Blissett. Number 17, Evie Papadanova. Number 19, Lainey Fryer. And number 32, Alicia Woods. Substitutes tonight for the Brisbane Roar. Number 7, Momo Hayashi. Number 8, Mariel Hecker. Number 10, Grace Kurumanu. Number 18, Emily Pringle. And number 1, Kimmy Richards. Head coach of the Brisbane Roar, Alex Smith. Top of the table clash here at Amy Park tonight, the second of two big games as part of today's huge doubleheader. Who wants to see that lineup on the big screen? Make some noise! That's it, City fans. Let's take a look at the big screen and see how we line up. Number 24, Malena Mires. Number 5, Taylor. Lakeisha McKenna. Number 7, Catherine Harley. Number 8, Alexia Apostolakis. Number 13, our captain, Rebecca Stock. Number 14, Laura Hughes. Number 17, Mariana Spitfire. Number 18, Leah Davidson. Number 19, Lourdes Bosch. And number 27, TJ Vladic. Substitutes tonight for your Melbourne City. Number 9, Holly McNamara. Number 10, Rihanna Polsina. Number 12, Shelby McMahon. Number 16, Carly Rosebacker. And number 23, Melissa Barbieri. Head coach of your Melbourne City, Michael Latriciani, looking to stay at the top of the Ninja A-League table. Winning 2 rounds tonight, City supporters. Melbourne City taking on Brisbane Roar. The girls not too far away.
It might have been delayed 10 minutes, but now the most anticipated game of the season is finally here. Hello and welcome to Amy Park in Melbourne, where an undefeated and top of the table Melbourne City hosts second place Brisbane Roar. The Roar have scored the most goals in the competition by far, and with Laney Fryer have the equal Golden Boot leader in their lineup, City, meanwhile, simply stacked with talent everywhere you look. And that is reflected on the live ladder. Melbourne City currently sitting at top of the tree, 1 point ahead of Brisbane Roar. City, in fact, top of both the men's and women's ladders after their men's team won in the game before this one. The bottom half of the table, the big story there remains Sydney FC. A point last night against Perth sees them off the bottom of the table, but that is certainly a storyline to watch as the season progresses. The teams preparing to come out of the tunnel, two legendary players in this competition leading their sides out, Tamika Yallop and Rebecca Stott. These sides are both two possession-heavy teams. They're two teams that love to play football the beautiful way. This game could have absolutely everything. It's the best attacking team against the second best attacking team as well. Plenty of goals on offer tonight. Plenty of excitement promising to happen out on that pitch. Big moment for Rebecca Stott. We'll go down pitch side now as the players will observe a moment's silence after the passing of Football Australia Hall of Fame administrator Stefan Kamasz during the week.
Fans, on behalf of the Australian Professional Leagues, we now ask if you are able to please rise as we pay tribute to the life of Stefan Kamasz, who passed away this week. For more than 50 years, Stefan worked tirelessly to grow the world game in Australia as a player and an administrator, which saw him work in a number of roles across the former National Soccer League, Football New South Wales, Sydney FC and Football Australia. During his 5 years in the A-Leagues with Sydney FC, Stefan contributed in various areas including CEO, and in 2014 was inducted into the Football Australia Hall of Fame for his exceptional service and dedication to football in Australia. Please pause for a moment's silence to honour his immense contribution to football in Australia. May he rest in peace. Thank you.
So we'll take a look now at the way that the two sides line up. For Melbourne City, 3 changes from the team that took on Sydney FC last week, with Canadian striker Catherine Harvey, Mexican-American speedster Lourdes Bosch and Serbian international TJ Blanic all coming into the starting side. That means that Rihanna Policina and Carly Rosbach had moved to the bench, while Briley Henry is ruled out of taking part today with a concussion. It's always a big moment when players face their hometown club, and that's the case for Leah Davidson tonight. She's been such a consistent performer for Melbourne City since signing from the Roar in 2020, and the recently capped Matilda will be vital to their system tonight. Meanwhile, 3 changes as well for the visiting Brisbane Roar, who make some rotations after their midweek clash with Melbourne Victory. Deborah Ann Della Harp, Evie Papadinova and Tish Woods return to the starting 11, moving Momo Hiyashi, Emily Pringle and last game's goal scorer Grace Kualamu to the bench. A big responsibility today on the shoulders of Zara Kruger, who starts her 2nd game in a row in midfield. She's the kind of player who would probably be starting week in, week out in most other teams in the competition. She performed brightly last week when Woods was given a rest. Can she replicate the output of Momo Hiyashi today? Michael Matriciani there for Melbourne City. He downplayed the importance of this match in terms of being any kind of decider for the premiership, and that's understandable given the stage of the season. But it's fair to say it'll be an important marker of where his team are at. He made a big decision at keeping a fit-to-start Holly McNamara on the bench. He'll be hoping that big call pays off. The central official today is Georgia Ghirardello. She's assisted by Joanna Caractas and Danielle Anderson. The 4th official today is Adam Bavkar. And there is Alex Smith, the former Melbourne City assistant coach, and he took a lot of principles of play from the City Football Group when he left to take on the Brisbane Roar side last season. We've seen those principles play out to incredible effect this time out, and he'll be hoping that he can convert on the big stage today. So it's the home side, Melbourne City, who are getting ready to take kickoff. They'll be going from left to right on your screen. It's a big moment for Letitia McKenna, who received a presentation for her 100 games during the men's game earlier. And it is her who will get us underway at top of the table clash at Amy Park. It's Melbourne City, the still undefeated Melbourne City, taking on a Brisbane Roar side who have at times looked utterly irrepressible with the ball at their feet. Of course, the Roar coming off a tight turnaround. They played Melbourne victory midweek. Came away with the 3 points there, but City have had a longer rest. You wonder how that will play out today. Bobzinova back into the starting 11, going to ground there. Ghirardello saying all was legal. Be fascinating to see who wins the possession battle today, because these are the two sides with the most and second most passes in the competition. They have a very similar style of play. You have to say Melbourne City is still probably the purer possession-based style than Brisbane, but nonetheless, a lot of the same principles apply. When other teams play these two teams, the strategy is often to sit back and hit them in transition, hit them on the counter where perhaps they'll be vulnerable, but you can't imagine either of these teams will do that. The game may well be won and lost in midfield today. As Leah Varley, big occasion for her as well, taking on her former side. She boots it out with play, and Melbourne City will take the throw. Postelakis' throw, looking for Bosch. Bosch playing it to Hughes. Davidson. It's come out to Vlanic. We'll have an opportunity to ping a ball in. TJ Vlanic. Or whether that was intended as a cross or a shot, Sukani would have been worried momentarily. And relieved to see it flash past the post. Sian Fryer on the ball. Rumours coming out this week that she might well be leaving the Roar at the end of the season. Unconfirmed so far. Rumours being that she's heading to German giants Wolfsburg. Wonder whether she's downloaded Duolingo on her phone just yet. Certainly has been a breakout 12 months for the Queenslander. City on the ball. Bosch defended away by Blissett. Another player who's facing her former club today, Chelsea Blissett. Started her career at Melbourne City. McQueen trying to drive forward and is fouled. So the Roar, an opportunity with a set piece in their own half. Speckmeyer, the player for City, who was running back, trying to prevent that forward momentum. Long diagonal from Varley. Good ball, finding Sian. He tries to curl it back to Popadzinova. Instead, it'll come back to Sian Fryer. Goes to ground. Lainey Fryer has a pop. High and wide. That twin connection, we've seen it pay off for the Roar already this season. Lainey Fryer, this is only her 5th career start. 7 goals this season already. Equal Golden Boot leader. Was almost teed up by her sister again. Couldn't hit the target. The Melbourne City still undefeated in this competition. Looking to get on the scorecard early here. Cutting inside is Speckmeyer, putting a ball in the middle. Harvey can't be Blizzard. It's come out to McKenna. Letitia McKenna scores early. Melbourne City take the lead. A defensive error for the Roar. City take full advantage. Well, Melbourne City, they haven't been great starters so far this season. They're flipping the script on its head today. Speckmeyer put the ball in. Harvey wasn't able to be cleared by Blissett, and McKenna was there. It's her third goal of the season. She will be delighted with that one. Right place, right time, clinical finish. City, they made a habit of conceding first and having to come back into games. That'll be a much better feeling for them, having scored in the first 5 minutes in front of their home fans in a game that is their biggest test so far. Just wasn't able to clear her lines there, which led to that opportunity. See how Brisbane react now. Will they press high? Mirez has made 2 mistakes leading directly to a goal this season, and she's always playing with fire. That is the City way, to play out from the back like that, although that clearance was unconvincing. It was helped over the top of Sian Fryer by Laura Hughes. Kruger back to Varley. Stalakis was there but couldn't get it under control. Voted Young Player of the Month in the competition for December. Had a fantastic season so far at her new club. Here comes City again. Harvey back to Speckmeyer. Rihanna Speckmeyer trying to make something happen, and Varley clumsy, allowing City a free kick from just outside the penalty area. It's got the wrong side of Speckmeyer there. The American Olivia Sakani setting her wall. It's Brisbane who have been so successful from direct free kicks this season. What can City do? McKenna, Vlanic, standing over it. McKenna takes on the strike! And that's a double! Letitia McKenna is having a day out in Melbourne. City, 2 goals to the good, early doors. Well, on the same day that she's received the celebration of her 100 appearances in the competition, she's come out in the first 10 minutes and produced this, a fantastic strike right where the Spiders live. A big hug from TJ Vlanic. Well, the Roar with a mountain to climb now. This start wouldn't have been what anyone expected of the 10 games that Melbourne City had played before this one, they'd conceded first 5 times, only scored first 4 times, still undefeated. And now 2 goals up early. City controlling that possession battle early as well. Really, Melbourne City on top at the moment. Brisbane looking a little bit shell-shocked. McQueen. De La Harp trying to make something happen. It can only collide off Lanich. Zara Kruger. Brisbane not able to be effective in possession at the moment. And you'll notice someone who hasn't been on the ball very much at all at the moment is Tamiki Gallup, who has been so influential for them, the Matilda. When she's shut out of the game, it makes it a lot more difficult for the Raw. That pressure ever present. Sean Fryer almost getting a boot in there. It's come out to Davidson. Blissett cutting that pass out, although it can only find its way to Stott. This is where City can calm things down now. Obviously, there's still so much of this game to go. Anything can happen. Brisbane have scored so many goals this season, 30 in total, 7 more than anyone else, or 5 more than anyone else now, after Melbourne City's 2 goals. City will know if they can control the game. They don't need to force anything now. They can play the game on their terms for the next 80 minutes or so. It will be up to the Raw to make things happen from this point. You know they can. And City, perhaps one of the more challenging opponents to do it too. Zenova trying to chase that one down, and Stott showing all of her experience. Last 5 games for the Raw, those 2 standout performances in there, the 8-2 win over Western United and the 6-1 win against Newcastle. But they've shown they can be vulnerable. 2 losses this season to Canberra United, the other to the Wellington Phoenix away. Haven't always been on. Again, still plenty of this game to show us what they can do. Stalakis passing to no one. Bosch, good feet. Ordez Bosch not able to get past Varley. Out for a City throw. Stalakis can't get past Lainey Fryer and fouls her in the process. And pass from Varley, not a good one. And it caused Blissett to have to go in on Bosch hard there to make sure that she wasn't able to get through. She's trying to run away from referee Georgia Ghirardello. It doesn't look like a card will be produced. She'll just get a talking to. It is a very heavy challenge. You always know a defender's guilty when they run away from the referee like that. Lynish's delivery, dangerous again. Sakani got there. She had to as well because there were blue shirts all around. Long ball from Blissett. Cut out easily. Taylor Otto. Good work from Lainey Fryer just to rob Taylor Otto of possession there. Caught her on the blind side and has won the throw as the result. Yallop. Maybe touch. Appeals for a foul. Not heeded. And come away for the City goal kick. They're going to need to get Tamiki Yallop more involved in the game. Hasn't made a pass yet, Yallop, which speaks to how much she's been shut out in the first 16 minutes. Scored 5 goals in 8 games this season. That doesn't say everything about the way that she's dictated play for the Roar. City obviously very aware of that. A cheap giveaway, uncharacteristic from Rebecca Stott. That allows the Roar to take back possession via a throw. And then a miscommunication between the twins, and City win it right back. Kruger to Yallop. Popadinova, ambitious. Was never really curling back to challenge Mirez. Well, that was a completed pass from Yallop, and Popadinova, her eyes lit up. Kruger. Also play it back to Varley and then McQueen. Bosch picks it up in midfield. Up to McKenna. And out harmlessly for a Raw throw. Well, McKenna, she's got a lot of the game to think about a potential hat-trick here. Maybe something she would love to add. Walk away with the match ball. Of course, 3 points, far more important as well. Notice here how City are happy to sit off, and they don't need to force anything. 2 goals up, they have full control of the game. They can let Brisbane take the game to them. Now just lay in wait for those pressing triggers, which Michael Matriciani would have coached them told them when to move, and then they can spring their trap whenever they would like. Farley having to turn away from Harvey. Sakani now being put under a lot of pressure, but she manages to get it back to her centre back. City applying the squeeze. Kruger does well. Well, Woods, she wasn't able to control the ball. And as a result, has dragged down Leah Davidson, who believes there should have been a yellow card for that. You can see her argument. The kick away as well. That's something that always annoys fans. Blanich's delivery into a crowded box. Sakani, safe hands. She's been good for the Raw this season, Sakani. Della Harp, good touch. And pass not matching it. Apostolakis able to cut it off. So if you're just joining us, it's 2 goals to Letitia McKenna that have given Melbourne City an early lead at Amy Park in this top-of-the-table clash. The first goal, a defensive error. McKenna, right place, right time, and a clinical finish. The second, a superbly taken free kick. Both of those goals in the first 10 minutes. And City now able to slow the game down, dictate the tempo. This is exactly what Michael Matriciani would have wanted. As we know how clinical the Raw can be, how good they can be in attack. No way through so far. McKenna, overlapping run, takes on the strike, runs into Varley, who did well to block the shot. The referee will stop play here because Varley is down on her haunches. It was a heavy blow. She's had issues with that ankle in her career. McKenna, the shot was first blocked, and then, you know, on the follow through, just collecting Varley. Well, you'd think in a one-on-one between McKenna and Varley would come out on top, but she is the player worse for wear. If they had to make changes, the Raw, only Pringle would possibly be the player to come on at fullback, and then maybe Della Harp coming in at centre back, but Varley is back up on her feet. Alex Smith doesn't look too concerned. A little shake of the head in frustration at the way the game's gone so far. McKenna. And that ball out for a goal kick. A warm evening as well, which will play into proceedings, particularly as the game goes on. 29 degrees in Melbourne. There were thunderstorms around. Those seem to have passed without too much incident. But again, that's another factor that'll play into City's hands here, because they can slow the tempo as much as they would like. Taylor Otto, happy to wait, play it out to Vlanic. Otto, switch of play. Fryer was there. It's come all the way out to Bosch though, safely. For now. Oh, there's Bosch, such a technical player. Fryer though does win the ball back there. Back to Varley, who's back on the pitch. Now City, a chance to counter with a raw centre-back out of position. Speckmeyer, Davidson, ball played through. Letitia McKenna, McKenna for the hat-trick. McQueen slid in, it's gone back to Apostolakis, whose shot was blocked by Woods. And Brisbane are away. Well, McKenna just stopped as McQueen slid in ahead of her. But that took the momentum out of the run and allowed Raw defenders to get back. City's still looking the most likely at the moment. Got there ahead of Davidson. And this chance again, Letitia McKenna. It was a lovely ball played through, and then McQueen got a little toe on it, took the ball away from McKenna and didn't allow her to have the clear shot. Sean Fryer's touch, trying to beat two defenders, and she's still on the ball here. Sean Fryer, no foul called. Popadinova couldn't get the shot away. The Bulgarian international not able to connect after fantastic work from Fryer. Back in the starting lineup today after Grace Kualamu came in midweek and performed exceptionally well, picked up a brace. Popadinova not able to connect at the moment. It's easy to forget Letitia McKenna, who has scored the brace so far. She's still only 22 years of age. She's been in the league for so long. Firstly at Perth Glory, then a season at Brisbane. Bosch brought to ground, a foul. And a yellow card coming out of the pocket of Georgia Ghirardello for Leah Varley as well. Bosch, she just creates all kinds of problems in those kinds of areas. And Varley, yeah, a clear foul and a very, very understandable yellow card. Not the game so far that Leah Varley perhaps would have imagined against her former side. It'll be the left boot of TJ Vlanic who will take this free kick. Will she go for goal? Will she try and play in a teammate? Only one in the wall here for the Raw. Vlanic delivering towards the near post. And she did go for goal. She saw Sakani slightly out of position, saw that there was only one player in the wall, just couldn't really get the power that she needed in the direction as well. Another player that we haven't seen a lot of for the Raw today is Lainey Fryer, who's only completed 2 passes herself, and again, we have to take into account the midweek fixture. How that might be impacting the Raw players. And the ball from Bosch intercepted by Woods. Vlanic brought to ground, and another free kick opportunity for City. For a lot of these Raw players, it's their first season in the competition. Certainly that's the case for Lainey Fryer, as we see that foul from Deborah Ann Della Harp. Perhaps that's just taken a little bit of a toll. Because this is a very flat Brisbane Raw that we're seeing out there at the moment. They have to find a way to turn this around quickly, unless they concede again. Vlanic towards the back post, headed away by Varley. The Melbourne crowd enjoying themselves as well. Apostolakis' throw puts central. Apostolakis again. Davidson. To Vlanic. Speckmeyer lets it run. Can she beat McQueen in a foot race? Only McQueen does well to clear it away up the line. Only as far as Vlanic though. Back to Otto. Has to contend with Popadinova and does it well. Stott's direct ball forward, headed away by Varley. Throw in. Finding Harvey. Catherine Harvey from a tight angle. Sikani can claim. Frustrated appeals from the Raw defence. They believe there was a handball. In an attacking sense, if you score a goal and it comes off your arm, it doesn't matter if it's unintentional or not. Popadinova pushing forward. Evie Popadinova commits a foul, so doesn't have the opportunity to put the ball away. A little bit too much force on TJ Vlanic there. And six-time Bulgarian Player of the Year, Evie Popadinova. Has played a lot of her career in Italy. Also played in the American college system. Yeah, look at City just waiting. They don't feel the need to challenge Sikani. They're waiting for Brisbane to make the first move. Now, if they were down 2-0, that of course would be so different. Hughes runs into Yallop, but it finds its way to Davidson. Good touch again, McKenna. Letitia McKenna for the hat-trick! Just wide. She did so well to turn away from the defender there, McKenna. It was a fantastic touch. Look at this. Just beats Varley, all ends up. And the shot just skewing wide. And she always threatens to have a game like this, Letitia McKenna. She's been so consistent. She has all of the ability there. But again, we forget she started so young. 22 years of age now. She's only just hitting the prime of her career. And the Raw trying to get one back. Popadinova into the path of Yallop. Tamika Yallop can't get there ahead of TJ Vlanic, who does ever so well to get a boot in. The last touch was off Yallop as well, so out for a goal kick. It was a nice ball from Popadinova. Yallop got a touch, but Vlanic did enough. That's the experience of the 34-year-old Serbian international, although born and raised in Australia. Sian Fryer. Can she produce a moment of magic here? Fryer going around Apostolakis. Sian Fryer, the cutback. Appeals for handball, still bobbling around. It'll come out to Tish Woods, who goes to ground. And it's fouled. The Raw will have a penalty. They'll have an opportunity to get one back. Tish Woods fouled on the edge of the area by Lourdes Bosch. This could be the lifeline that the Raw need. It was great work from Fryer to cut it back. It was bobbling around everywhere. Came out to Woods, who would have fancied herself for the shot, and Bosch just pushes her over from behind. As soon as the hand grabbed at the body, you knew that that was going to be a foul. So Tamika Yallop, can she bring one back for the Raw? It's Tamika Yallop for Brisbane, saved by Mirez. Melina Mirez comes up big for City when it counts. They maintain their 2-goal advantage. Well, she's been maligned this season, Mirez, but you can't deny, as a shot stopper, that is a great save. And the Raw, that is another blow. They thought they had a way back into the game. Mirez saving from Tamika Yallop. We'll have another chance straight away from a set piece. They've got to mentally recover here, the Raw, and keep pressing. Bliss at set pieces have been so effective this season. Who's the target in there for the Raw? Blissett delivering, dangerous. Mirez punches away. Maintains her clean sheet, and now Bosch off and running. Kruger will get there first. Well, Melbourne City, the first time they've really been put under any pressure, conceding that penalty. And then the save from Mirez. Here they are on the attack again towards Bosch. Blissett gets a boot in and out for a Melbourne City corner. Lip readers out there might get a sense for what Chelsea Blissett thought of that decision. Alexia Apostolakis, the 18-year-old, to deliver. The corner, headed away by Brisbane. And Yallop will make sure of the clearance. Ball delivered back in, but plenty of Raw shirts there. Sian Fryer. Her ball far too close to Mirez, although it might fall advantageously to Fryer. Mirez got there safely. Well, and a good sign for the Raw, if anything. That penalty has increased the intensity somewhat. They know they can get back in this. Varley pushing forward and is fouled. Fancy footwork there from Varley, the big centre-back, normally known for that sort of thing. Bosch, the player, committing the foul. The XG, City's still edging it. A lot of that XG would have come from the penalty too, don't forget, for Brisbane. Sean Fryer. Still Sean Fryer trying to cut it back. Apostolakis does well. Fryer, did she keep it in? She didn't. Out for a goal kick nonetheless, so same result. With the advantage of a replay, may well have come off Apostolakis. Varley coming forward to intercept. That's a good ball in for Lainey Fryer. Deborah Ann Delahab putting in a cross. Mirez able to gather too close to the keeper again. One of the key differences between these two sides is Brisbane are much more keen to put in a cross than City. City, one of the fewest amount of crosses in the competition, the second fewest with 113. Whereas Brisbane have the second most with 202 before this game, of course, and 30% completion of those crosses. What that means is it's a slight differentiator in the style. City wants to build up patiently through the middle, whereas Brisbane, while they want to keep possession, they want to play that kind of way, they are also much more willing to put in balls from wide areas, lower percentage balls as well. Here comes City again. Harvey was lurking, so Varley had to clear it away. Varley just getting some encouragement from her keeper. She looks gassed here, Leah Varley. Again, a player who, this is her first full season in the competition as a starting player, only 22 years of age. You can see all over Alex Smith's face his frustrations. A corner routine from the training ground, perhaps. Corner delivered, front post, Otto's header off the crossbar. Well, you can see that was planned in training. It was Otto at the front post who got there, wasn't able to keep the header down. It was unmarked, really, and Sakani forced to come and claim that ball. The half-time break can't come quick enough for the Raw now. Zinova chasing this one down. It'll come to Mirez. Harley able to clear that away again. Sean Fryer has absolutely been the most lively of the Brisbane Roar players. It was her industry that created the opportunity to win the penalty. She's been looking to take players on that flank. Such a joyful player to watch, Sean Fryer, in those one-on-one situations. It hasn't been enough for the Roar yet to get on the score sheet. Bosch. Lourdes Bosch. So dangerous in these areas is Bosch. Puts a ball in the middle. Speckmaier. It's a run underneath her, and Delahab, well, looked like gave her a little shove in the back, but the referee believing that Speckmaier went down too easily. Kruger. Over to Fryer. And Yallop. Well, that is a concerning sign if you're a Raw fan, if you're a Matildas fan. Clutching at that ankle that's been so troublesome for her. Nothing more than a contact injury. She's getting back to her feet, but that's a painful one. Laura Hughes clipping her in the back of the leg. 2 minutes of added time. And 2 minutes for the Raw to get into the sheds and have a bit of a breather. 2 minutes for City to have one more attack, perhaps. A foul eventually awarded, and Chelsea Blissett given a yellow card as well. That foul certainly stopping a promising attack, which would be the reason for that yellow card. There are 2 players in the book now for the Raw. 2 defenders as well. That'll be another thing playing on the mind of Alex Smith. TJ Vlanic to deliver the free kick. Into the mixer. Sakani yet again safe hands. Sian Fryer putting the head down, looking for help, and in frustration, exasperation, doesn't find it, plays it back to Blissett. Varley, her long ball forward. Might pull up just outside the box, which might make things interesting, but Mirez deals with it comfortably enough. Lainey Fryer poking it forward. This will be the last play for either side, you'd imagine, of this half. We'll need to put a ball in quickly. And that is half-time at Amy Park in the top of the table clash. Letitia McKenna has been the star so far. A brace within 10 minutes. A shot from short range and then a direct free kick. The Raw had an opportunity to get a goal back from a penalty. Tamika Yallop having her penalty saved by City goalkeeper Milena Mirez. Didn't she enjoy that? All smiles at half-time, because it is half-time. Melbourne City 2, Brisbane Raw 0. So the highlights from the first half, well, it was City who got off to an absolute flyer. This run from Speckmeyer, she did well to get a ball in. Blissett not able to clear her lines. Letitia McKenna was there, popped it away into the back of the net and opened the scoring for City against her former club as well. Always makes it extra sweet. Then this, a direct free kick straight into the top corner of the net. And again, all smiles. That's one of those that you practice over and over again at training. You dream of the day it comes off in a game, and it did that time. With the Raw, they had their chance to get one back. Tish Woods was fouled in the penalty area after good work from Sian Fryer, but this penalty from Tamika Yallop was saved. And City were able to get it away. So here's the tale of the tape at half-time. Possession even for those shots on goal certainly does pass the eye test. Melbourne City have been the dominant side so far, asserting themselves clear on top of the table. And they are the team with the lead for that reason.
identified teenager Ivanov assessed as duly intoxicated, made to refuse entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, and handed over to police for further questioning. A financial fine may also be issued. We are committed to providing a safe and enjoyable environment for all fans tonight. We ask you to respect your fellow spectators by refraining from illegal and dangerous activities. It is an offence for any spectator to enter the field of play without authorisation. Any spectator that enters the field of play without authorisation will be evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, and handed over to police for further questioning. A financial fine may also be issued. The APL is committed to providing a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone. We ask you to respect the players and match officials by remaining in the seating bowl.
Liberty Homeloans hit different. They're for the free thinkers, the go-getters, and the creators. So if you're a free thinker, you'll be right at home. Liberty, loans for free thinkers.
Melbourne City aimed for a winning standard. So do we. At Host Pass, we brought home the CanStar Award for Outstanding Value Super for the 7th year in a row. That's a plus.
Reimagine outdoor cooking with the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Oven. Unlock high-heat woodfire flavour you can see and taste. Smoke low and slow or crank up the heat for blistering crunch. From artisan pizzas to smoky woodfire creations. Add authentic woodfire flavours to anything you make. Share the flavours of your world with the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Oven.
So let's take a look at the tale of round 11 so far. Last night, Perth Glory and Sydney FC played out a 1-1 draw. Earlier today, Canberra United defeated Western United 2-1 in what's been dubbed the Big Green. And Melbourne Victory got back to winning ways, defeating the Newcastle Jets 2-0. Of course, halftime in this match, it's Melbourne City currently leading Brisbane Roar 2-0. And then tomorrow, don't forget, the Western Sydney Wanderers take on the Central Coast Mariners, and Adelaide United take on the Wellington Phoenix. Of course, Wellington Phoenix, they're on the road for 2 matches. While they're in Australia, they enjoyed a 3-0 victory over the Wanderers on Thursday night, and will look to claim another win when they face Adelaide tomorrow.
And the final game to wrap up all the round 11 action in the Ninja A-League takes place between Adelaide United and Wellington Phoenix. Teresa, Adelaide this season, 3rd best defence in the league compared to the worst last season. Why do you think we've seen this sudden shift?
Yeah, they seem to have quietly gone about their business and, you know, they're on the upward trajectory at the moment. But, you know, they're doing really well. The culture's great there. Everyone seems happy. Everyone's performing their role. And in this competition this year, they've slowly gained confidence week in, week out. And I think that's been the key for them. Adelaide have climbed all the way up in the top 4 of the table so far. Do you think they have what it takes to compete against Brisbane Roar and Melbourne City for that title? They definitely do. They have the players for that. Their front line is incredible. Chelsea Dorber leads that, and she's been in great form with Fiona Wirtz as well. The chemistry there is great. Erin Healy has been really dangerous every time you know, she's come on the field as well. So they had a good result against the Mariners, who, you know, to me are a top side in this competition. So it'll be an interesting battle because Wellington are also in form.
They are in form and they've looked good at home, but away from home have been a little bit shaky, haven't picked up as many points as they would have hoped. How do you think they can turn that around?
Well, I think overall their form they're playing well, so they'll take a lot of confidence from that, and they've had a good string of results lately, so they have to hold on to that and take that to this away fixture, which will be a difficult one going to Adelaide. And, you know, as we know, Adelaide are in a positive frame of mind at the moment, but they've just got to keep doing what they're doing, you know, keep getting their attacking players on the ball, and they've shown that they can score.
Well, let's see who's able to come out on top in this fixture. It's Adelaide taking on Wellington Phoenix, live on Paramount Plus or 10 Play.
It's certainly been a busy summer of football so far. Kick back and enjoy some of the Ninja A-League highlights from the Christmas period. It's that time of year again. You're dusting off the Christmas leftovers, you're enjoying some time on the couch, and now, most importantly, you get to enjoy some Ninja A-League action. Steady Yoshi! A stunner!
Looks to shoot from distance, and a snuck underneath. It's an early Christmas present for Wellington Phoenix and the Yellow Fever.
Lady Fryer! What a start to her career she is having! 2 weeks in a row. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I honestly have no words. Like, I'm stoked. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that was is it the first time ever? I'm not sure. It's an unreal feeling. And to put it in the back of the net, I'm just doing my job.
Erin Healy, her first Ninja A-League goal. She gets the crossing, she can, and there is Carly Johnson.
It's a good Christmas gift for sure. The vibe's high. I'm throwing a Christmas party at my house.
Holly McNamara to get on the scoreboard. She's back. Holly Mack is back.
Raymond comes up with the save. Elation for the Mariners. Beatty Code goes out a winner. Her 75th and final Ninja A-League game.
City fans, there is a mountain of football on Paramount Plus, the only place to see every A-Leagues, Comeback Matildas and Subway Sons in this game. Live stream every game, every goal, and every moment live on Paramount Plus. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here starts January 19 on 10, an AFL Premiership winner, a headline-grabbing Olympian and one of Australia's most famous comedians. Well, they're all heading into the jungle. Get ready to be starstruck, January 19 on 10. Get ready to cheer, City fans. Just like Liberty supports the A-Leagues, they're on your team too. Whether you're planning a holiday or buying a new home, they can provide the assist you need to get your free thinking goals. Liberty, loans for free thinkers. You can make it with Ninja barbecues are better with electric grills and sear and char like a gas grill. Plus, you can also barbecue, smoke and air fry outdoors. But backyard bashes are better with pizza ovens that give you crispy crust, high heat roasting and barbecue smoking. So no matter how you spend your time outdoors,
as Letitia McKenna scored a brace today, she was also presented with a framed gift by Melbourne City CEO Brad Rouse today at halftime of the men's match that preceded this one. It's an acknowledgement of her fantastic contribution to our game, to our league, and also Melbourne City's success over the past few seasons. Her teammates getting around her there, really enjoying that one. She's certainly enjoying a wonderful day, scoring Melbourne City's 2 goals so far. Giving Holly Mack a pat on the back as well as she goes back out. Perhaps McNamara getting ready to come back out at half-time, or to be subbed on the pitch. That's one to watch, but of course let's recap the first half action where it was Letitia McKenna who scored the opening 2 goals. This one from close range, capitalising on an error. In the right place at the right time, a clinical finish, and that's what you need from that kind of distance. Managed to tuck it away into the bottom corner of the net. And then this stunning free kick from just outside the penalty area. The smile didn't leave her face after that one. Right where the Spiders live. Very difficult for any keeper to keep out. So live pictures here, Letitia McKenna getting ready for the second half with her teammates, and Holly McNamara is in fact on the pitch. She's come on to replace the Canadian striker Catherine Harvey. What a player Holly McNamara is. Still only 21 years of age. She's scored this season. This is her 6th appearance off the bench after returning from her 3rd ACL injury. But it is the Roar who will get us back underway. They have a mountain to climb in this second half, the Roar. Can they find a way back in this top of the table clash? Or will it be Melbourne City who assert themselves on top of the table, remain undefeated, and walk away with the 3 points? It's always going to be a difficult sight for the Roar when you've just conceded twice, you're under the pump, and then who comes on but Holly McNamara. The depth of this Melbourne City squad is just unbelievable, really. I mean, the players who aren't even on in the matchday squad, the likes of Amelia Murray, who would be starting at most other clubs. It really is staggering what they can produce week in, week out. The Roar, though, they have to find a way. They've been so good this season under Alex Smith. Can they find another gear here? Popadinova applying the pressure. Popadinova coming back into the starting 11 today. She replaced Grace Kualamu, who scored a brace midweek, but Kualamu herself only just coming back from an injury, and also this season coming back from an ACL that she suffered last season. So you can't imagine that the youngster Kualamu has enough minutes in the legs to play consistent 90 minutes, which is probably the reason why that change happened. Woods out to Fryer. Sian Fryer, who was so lively in the first half, can only play it to the feet of Stott. And Davidson, well, looks like she may have been fouled on the way. Advantage is played. McNamara tried to play the 1-2 with Bosch, couldn't get on the end of it. Oh, high interception, Speckmeyer still going. McQueen just about got in the way. Varley was slow to react, eventually got there and is now off and running. Imagine there would have been some running repairs for Leah Varley, who was looking very proppy towards the end of that first half. Sian Fryer in space. Yalloped in the middle. Lainey Fryer behind her. Still Sian Fryer. Sian Fryer from the tight angle. Over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. And Sian Fryer has really been the raw player who has made things happen in this game so far. And again, against Alexia Apostolakis, managed to find space to get the shot off. Couldn't hit the target. Sian Fryer is almost the complete package, just needs to find clinical finishing. Here's McNamara, Holly McNamara, 1-on-1 with McQueen. Her namesake, Holly McQueen, manages to get there and ensure that McNamara couldn't get the shot away. Fresh off the bench, McNamara. She was past fit to start today. Coach Michael Matriciani said that she'd be right for 60 minutes or so. Instead, he opted to start her from the bench. So she's come on and will play 45 minutes. Still building fitness. They'll be very conservative with McNamara, given it was her third ACL, but her talent and her ability out there is plain to see. Hasn't really missed a beat since coming back. Corner delivered. Tsakani has to punch it away. Varley heads it instead. Tsakani frustrated because she got the glove on it, but it didn't go anywhere other than straight to her teammate behind her. They'll have to face another in-swinging corner here. Vlanic delivering wider this time, and Varley gets there ahead of Otto. Vlanic overlapping run. Varley again there to clear, although only into the back of Vlanic. That really could have gone anywhere. Thankfully for the Roar, it went straight out of play. Delahab, well, she looked guilty of that handball. Doesn't have a great poker face there, Devrayan Delahab. Was called back for the free kick, a handball. It's TJ Vlanic again, standing over this free kick. Vlanic's delivery, headed away by McQueen. Will come out to McKenna, who motions for Vlanic to make the run. Instead, we'll play it back to Davidson. Leah Davidson to Lourdes Bosch. And Sian Fryer able to take the ball away. Apostolakis' throw. Kopatinova wanted to come back and get a toe on it, but City very quickly regained possession. Nice turn from McKenna. Vlanic. Hughes. McKenna. Lainey Fryer trying to steal in there, but it's cleared away confidently. Popatinova was gesturing before in frustration at Lainey Fryer, who perhaps wasn't in the pressing position that she was required to be in. You wonder if that was slightly tweaked at half-time, because it is the Roar who were chasing the game, of course. They're the team that will have to force things to happen. Would ideally like to force City into turnovers, particularly when playing out from the back. And that requires a full team press. It can't just be one person. It has to be everyone. Kruger picking the ball up in midfield. Della Harp overlapping run. Again, cleared away. City not in a lot of danger at the moment. You wonder when we'll see Momo Hiyashi enter the field of play. She's been so good for the Raw this season. Didn't start today. Just rotation was the word from the Raw. Rebecca Stott, Leah Davidson, Bosch inventive, but Blissett able to take it out of play. Kostelakis squaring it to Davidson. Leah Davidson turning. Now ball in. Kruger is there. Davidson attempting to take advantage of an initial loose touch. McNamara getting involved now. Bosch. Lourdes Bosch back to McNamara. Appeals for a handball, not given. Sakani claims. Again, that's probably one of those where if Varley was attacking, that would have been called, but defending, arm judged to be in a natural position. It's come off her body as well. Woods. Tish Woods finds Della Harp. Deborah Ann Della Harp. The cutback can only find Otto. Woods lurking again. Fryer. Zara Kruger. Ball played through. Delivered in the middle. Stott able to block in Otto. Preventing the corner as well. That's clever from City's centre-back partnership.
Double substitution for the Brisbane Roar.
Well, a double substitution now for the Raw. We will see Emily Pringle and also Grace Kualamu coming on the park. Deborah Ann Della Harp and Evie Popadinova, the players that they are replacing. Pringle and Kualamu both started midweek. So hoping for a spark from the bench. There's a replay of that handball. Well, there's an argument to say her arm wasn't in a natural position. A yellow card produced there for Lourdes Bosch. The referee hasn't liked what she's seen with that foul. No arguments from Bosch, so the third yellow card of the game, the first for Melbourne City. And slid in on Fryer, and sometimes those aren't just about the outcome, it's also about the force and the nature of the challenge. The set piece opportunity here for the Raw. Can they pull one back? And they set up a blockbuster finish. Yallop leaves it for Blissett, who delivers. Otto, so strong, so calm, heads it away. Although a foul committed on Yallop just outside the penalty area, so the Raw will have another opportunity. Momo Hiyashi not on the pitch. So their direct set piece taker not able to be involved for this one. So Vlanic adjudged to have used too much force on Yallop. We've seen Hiyashi score from this kind of distance. Watching on from the bench. Woods and Yallop standing over it. Tish Woods hasn't scored in this competition before. Instead, we'll leave it for her captain, Tamiki Yallop. If she can slot this one away, may well make up for her missed penalty in the first half. You wonder if that will be on her mind here. Yallop. Lining up her options. Tamika Yallop over the crossbar. Sarcastic cheers from the Melbourne City crowd. Yallop not able to test Milena Mirez with that free kick. And still plenty of time for the Raw. Is Hiyashi, who's going to warm up now. Should have loved to be on the park for that free kick opportunity, but she'll be hoping they'll get a couple more after she makes her way onto the field of play. This it's ball. Back to Sakani, had to be quick. McNamara was bearing down on goal. That ball tucked around the corner. Sian Fryer. Here's Kulamu getting involved off the bench. Back to Woods. Tish Woods. Kruger. Woods again, but Kruger committed a foul before the ball could find her. Well, Grace Kulamu, her first touch there. The 17-year-old scored a brace last week against Melbourne Victory. Last game, rather. So we see a replay of that foul again. Kulamu's scored 4 goals in her 11-game career so far. Millie Pringle, the American, certainly a goal threat herself. 2 goals so far this season, has mostly played behind Deborah Ann Della Hart, but gets her opportunity to make something happen in the final third of this game. Pringle chasing this one down. Vlanic got there first. It comes off Pringle, so out for a goal kick. She never lets you down, TJ Vlanic. It's her 99th Ninja A-League game today. She started her career here at Melbourne City before playing a couple of seasons for Western United. Coming back this season. Varley moving the ball up pitch. She likely thought Holly McQueen was still there, but McQueen had retreated to try and cover Varley's run. So then the pass that was aimed for McQueen went to no one. Sian Fryer against Apostolakis again. This has been a battle in this game. Still Fryer, the cutback. It's come back out to her. Can she make something happen at the second time of asking? That was the wrong decision from Blissett. Played it straight out into Bosch. A little frustration from Sian Fryer. A bit of push and shove from Apostolakis. She just stopped playing, waiting for the whistle, and eventually it did come. At this point, Apostolakis is so fed up with Sian Fryer. Raw with the free kick. Blissett's delivery. Again, Otto is there. She's so good in defensive set-piece situations, Taylor Otto. Pringle, heavy touch. McKenna able to clear. So Hiyashi preparing to come on, receiving final instructions from coach Alex Smith. Meanwhile, the Raw on the attack here. Pringle. Ball taken away by Davidson. Yallop trying to make something happen. Of course, Matilda's teammates in the last window, Yallop and Davidson. Davidson making her Matilda's debut against Chinese Taipei, as did Laura Hughes, who's also on the pitch for City. Kruger. The obvious player to be replaced by Hiyashi, so perhaps her final few touches of the ball. Done nothing wrong, Zara Kruger. Lainey Fryer intercepts. Sian Fryer trying to get there ahead of Apostolakis, can't do so. Yallop. Pringle's run. It finds Pringle. Emily Pringle, can she deliver a ball of quality across the face of goal? Lenny Fryer couldn't get there, but Woods, one touch, then another. Couldn't get the shot away. It was just off balance there, Tish Woods. The Raw still in possession. Fryer against Apostolakis again. Tries to take her on again. Woods. Delivery towards Yallop, headed away by Stott. Great touch from Kruger. McQueen assessing her options. Can come short to Kruger. They'll play a 1-2. And that ball, an attempted incisive ball through. Pringle wasn't really making that run though. In the way it was cut out by the City defence. Hopeful ball over the top intended for Kiwalamu. Far too much on it. So we will see that substitution now, and it is Zara Kruger, the player making way. Momo Hiyashi, the Japanese player, who's been playing in the Queensland NPL for Gold Coast United for a number of seasons. We saw her score a worldie just a couple of weeks ago, a free kick against Western United. And it's not just her ability from set pieces, it's also her creative ability in midfield. She brings in teammates. She's the most fouled player in this Raw side. What can she do for them as they search for these 2 goals? Well, her first involvement is to immediately commit a foul. She's tracked down Holly McNamara. At first glance, I'm not quite sure what the argument is. Blanic. Intercepted by McQueen. Plays it into Blanic and wins a throw. Bit more urgency now for this Raw side. Really trying to force the pace of the game. Can the substitutes make a difference? Pringle pick up the ball for a throw, gesturing for a run of Kiwalamu. Pringle. Emily Pringle driving forward into space. Kiwalamu. That ball couldn't find Lainey Fryer. City have been so disciplined in defence so far. Against the best attacking team in the competition, the Raw. They've held their lines, they've stuck to their plans. They are making things very challenging for the Roar. Woods. Tamiki Yallop. Tamiki Yallop from distance. Straight at Mirez. Well, as the Seagulls are beginning to descend on Amy Park, the Roar are getting more and more desperate. That shot was never really challenging the City keeper. And Melbourne City, they've been very dominant down that right-hand side. And a lot of their play has come from Cortez Bosch, now Holly McNamara on that side, making things happen. Lenich. The ball up the line. Will find the run of Speckmeyer. Mariana Speckmeyer against McQueen. She'll pin in a ball towards the back post. Bosch to McNamara. Holly McNamara couldn't get the shot away. Really well marshalled by Tish Woods and also Leah Varley. Oh, Holly McNamara nipping in and winning the ball off Sakani, but she's missed an open net. Holly McNamara did all the hard work. She had more time than perhaps she realised. She could have taken a touch there. Sakani, her blushes have been spared there. She won't want to watch the replay regardless. Didn't realise McNamara was there, or perhaps thought that McNamara was out of play, taking a breather. She doesn't often miss those, McNamara. Another look. Now, she turned too quickly. In saying that, Hiyashi was there, but she probably could have taken her time a little bit more. It was a little bit off balance when she took the shot on her left foot. That's something the coaches will always say. You want to be perfectly balanced when you take a shot. Here's Kualamu. Appeals for a handball and given. A foul just outside the penalty area, a tight angle. But a definite opportunity for the Roar here after getting away with one at the other end. Eloroto's arm away from her body. And therefore, the foul awarded. Well, the left foot of Chelsea Blissett, she could shoot here, you know. Or she could play in a teammate. There's two in the wall for City, which might make it a little bit tough. What is Chelsea Blissett thinking at the moment? Blissett will shoot. Chelsea Blissett towards the back post. In fact, it was aimed at Varley. Looked like it was curling for a moment. Instead, aimed it over 6 foot Leah Varley, whose header went into the back of Apostolakis and out for a corner. Yallop's delivery from a set piece, headed away by Stott, up in the air, no one's there, lets it bounce. Hiyashi, Pringle, disappointed. Again, she was just leaning back a little bit too much to take that shot. Ended up skewing it high and wide and away. So with less than 20 minutes of regulation time to go, it is still Melbourne City, 2-0. Still those 2 goals scored by Letitia McKenna in the first 10 minutes of the game. One a short-range effort, one a direct free kick from outside the box. Tamiki Yallop had the opportunity in the first half to get a goal back from the penalty spot. Her penalty was saved by Milena Mirez, City's goalkeeper. And since then, even though they certainly have lifted the intensity in the second half of the Raw, they haven't been able to find that breakthrough. Yallop not able to get there. Larkis was roaming forward. It's a good touch from Pringle, but Otto will cut out the danger. We'll have to stop here because the Raw player is down. Hiyashi, having been subbed on not long ago, will require some physio attention here. So it was Woods colliding into Hiyashi. Just caused her a bit of grief. Meanwhile, we're seeing a Melbourne City substitution. It's Shelby McMahon, who's coming on the pitch for Lourdes Bosch. Shelby McMahon is from Queensland. She's from the Gold Coast, in fact. Decided last season that instead of beginning her A-League women's career with Brisbane, with her hometown club, she'd come to Melbourne City. A very successful start, scored 2 goals last season. She's still only 16 years of age. A really promising prospect, Shelby McMahon. Her 5th appearance this season. Hiyashi is up on her feet and will be okay to continue after receiving that attention. Bit of friendly fire. And she's straight back on the ball, so that's good signs. Beckmeyer applying the pressure on Varley. Varley trusted her footwork. Holly McQueen. Pringle. Off of Vlanic and out for a throw. Still plenty of time to make things interesting here, the Raw. But it is Melbourne City who traditionally have been stronger finishers this season. Hiyashi going to ground, a foul awarded. McNamara frustrated. Never committed a foul in her life, if you ask her. Harley's ball out to Fryer. A great first touch. She'll play it into her sister Laney. And they'll win a corner. So another opportunity here from a set piece for the Raw. In that A2 against Western United, they scored 3 goals from corners. They'll take 1 tonight. Yallop's delivery, back post, hits the crossbar. Players have gone down, but ball is still live. Pringle, back to Blissett, back to Pringle. McKenna says no more, takes it out of play. Hiyashi back to Pringle. McQueen. Tish Woods. To Alamu. Back to Hiyashi. Emily Pringle. Looking to deliver a ball of quality. It's taken it too far away from her with that touch and out again for a City goal kick. And they've certainly added intensity to their play, Brisbane, but haven't really been able to challenge with their substitutions. For Melbourne City, they have a Melbourne derby of sorts away against Western United. Then they take on the Wanderers and Victory at home, so a couple of big games coming up for them. McKenna looking to shoot from distance, wasn't able to get past Blissett. McNamara very enthusiastic, and that is a wholehearted shove on Hiyashi. She'll receive a yellow card for it. Well, McNamara, she said that when she was coming back from the ACL that she would go out of her way to seek out contact because that is less dangerous than being timid and letting it come to her. But yeah, that's a little bit too much, a little bit overly enthusiastic. Hiyashi out wide to Pringle again. Pringle's got targets in the middle. A deflected cross. Stott able to get there. Varley, her ball just lumping it up pitch. For the Roar, meanwhile, well, Adelaide at home next week. The Glory away, that's always a massive away trip. And then Wellington Phoenix at home. They'll be hoping to get some revenge against the Phoenix after losing away. They'll be hoping that they come into that Adelaide game on the back of some points. Again, still 12 minutes of regulation time of this game to go, plus stoppages. Still time to create, still time to convert. Emily Pringle against Vlanich. Still Pringle, still the American. Her shot safely into the gloves of Mirez. We've seen Emily Pringle score goals like that this season. Cutting back inside and getting the shots away. Mirez was covering her near post well on that occasion. Over the last 15 minutes, it is the Raw who have been applying the pressure. And here they go again, a shot from distance. Lainey Fryer, when it's your day, it's your day. And sometimes when it's not your day, it's not your day. She hasn't been able to find much of a foothold in this game. And after the early parts of her career, seemingly unable to not find the back of the net, she departs for the second week in a row, goalless. She's replaced by Marioleka, the Brazilian. Marioleka still hasn't scored a goal this season for the Raw. She's the vice captain of the side. She's scored 6 in her career, became an Australian citizen last year as well in 2024. She'll be hoping to make 2025 one full of goals in a Brisbane Raw shirt. We can start right here. Well, Tish Woods, a yellow card being produced. Laura Hughes seems to be appealing that it should have been more. It was a sliding challenge by Woods. A yellow card seems appropriate for that level of force, and you can understand the argument from Hughes. She's saying, well, it studs up, but when it's that low, it would have to be a lot higher and with a bit more force to constitute a red card challenge. Varley clearing away. McNamara heading on, trying to find the run of McKenna, who's still on a hat-trick. She's been on a hat-trick for the vast majority of this game. The Raw now it's starting to get to a time where I'll have to really throw everything they have in attack at City. Shots a goal in the second half. They've been the more likely after City were the more likely in the whole first. But this is where that fatigue from playing the midweek game, from the travel, all of that will start to come into play in these final 10 minutes or so. Here comes City. Davidson. This would be the sealer if they can make something happen here. Vlanich. Beckmeyer trying to play in McMahon. Woods is on the case. Another Melbourne City substitution incoming this time. TJ Blanich, a good shift from her. She departs. She's replaced by the 23-year-old Carly Rostbacken. Rostbacken, originally from Canberra, where she started her career. She's had stints in Norway with LSK Vinner. Injuries have cruelled her career. Of course, appeared for the Matildas in the 2019 World Cup and then recently made her return against Chinese Taipei. Mariel Ecker trying to chase that ball down for the Roar, can't get there. The confidence-building performance so far from Mirez, saved a penalty, has so far kept a clean sheet, hasn't put a foot wrong. Intercepted by Kualamu, Grace Kualamu, out to Mariel Ecker. Stott blocks the shot, out for a corner. Chelsea Blissett, who's been so dangerous from corners from this side this season. 4 assists so far, and those are direct assists as well. There's other times where she's delivered corners and it's gone past a couple of players before finding its way in as well. Delivered, head on it, and Woods not able to control the volley. She's been such a creative force in midfield, Tish Woods. She was a mid-season signing last season. Alex Smith's first. They played together for Peninsula Power in the Queensland NPL. Rather, she played under him as a coach. But still yet to score a goal, still yet to really show that that part of her game is fully refined. Still only 20 years of age, so she can do plenty. Davidson getting there ahead of Woods. McKenna trying to play in. McNamara, it'll fall to McMahon. Shelby McMahon went to ground. No foul awarded. The 16-year-old, it was a heavy first touch. She's clutching at her head as well. Davidson saying to the referee, it's a head injury. Why haven't you stopped play? But play continues anyway. Fryer driving into the penalty area. Sian Fryer. Stott is there to clear away. City players screaming at referee Georgia Ghirardello here because they've seen their young teammate prone and clutching at her head. The physio is on now. So Varley wasn't able to clear McMahon. It was a heavy touch there. And then McQueen did just enough to put her off, as did Hiyashi. It must have been when her head hit the ground that injury occurred. Which is probably the referee's case, that she didn't see the contact with the head because there wasn't any from the defenders, but as she's hit the ground, she's obviously hurt herself there. Well, she's running it off. She'll be okay to continue, so that's a good sign for the youngster. And running straight back into the action. Great to see. Time ticking away for the Roar. Yallop. Out wide to Pringle. Emily Pringle trying to get past Rostbacken. Rostbacken solid. Takes it out for a corner. You'd have to think if Brisbane are to get anything out of this game, now would have to be the time to get one back. They need to. Chelsea Blissett's delivery. Back post, Yallop was arriving. Varley's been hurt in the contact, slowly getting back to her feet. McQueen delivering again. Otto there again. Pringle. Shelby McMahon chasing that ball down. Chelsea Blissett. Now wide to Sean Fryer. Blissett fouled by McNamara, who's on a yellow. It wasn't a yellow card offence, but she'll know to be careful. The left boot of Blissett. Everyone back for City. Delivery, the header, just wide. The frustration for Tamiki Yallop. The offside flag was raised regardless. Kulamu and Yallop were both there, but Otto, so tall, so solid from these types of defensive set pieces. She's been so good all game, really. And if things stay as they are, not only is this a confidence-building performance for Mires, it is for the whole Melbourne City defence. So 5 additional minutes here for the Raw. Yallop has hurt herself here in this challenge. You can see 5 minutes, but it's gotten off to possibly the worst possible start because their captain has copped a pretty heavy knock there. That'll take more seconds away, as Yallop is seen to by the physio. Ecker's not happy with the decision going against the Raw. Little furrow of the eyebrow from Alex Smith because he knows that this game is really slipping away from them now. It's been a masterclass from City in controlling the game. They scored those 2 goals early. Brisbane have had their brighter moments, particularly in the second half, but really, Melbourne City have shown how to kill a game. A replay of that incident. Referee judging that Yallop was the player that was forceful on Ross Backin. 4th official explaining the situation. Kostelakis delivering the free kick for City. A header, dangerous. Sakani gathers. Raw players motioning at the assistant referee. More out of desperation at this point than anything. Ecker, their touch too heavy. Davidson got there. Sean Fryer. Still going. Sean Fryer, will it open up to shoot? It'll come back to Hiyashi. Hiyashi's ball to Yallop. Heavy touch again. Hughes was right on the case. And Mira is able to dive on the ball, take up a few more seconds. Hughes wouldn't want it to run into trouble now. McMahon. Well, that pass does find its way to trouble. Kulamu turning, twisting. Back to Hiyashi. Momo Hiyashi shooting range. It's deflected away. In fact, away straight off the boot and out for a goal kick. So Melbourne City, one final substitution. Rihanna Polisina is the player to come on for a little cameo appearance at the end. She replaces Leah Davidson, who's been very, very good today. It's hard to believe a player of Polisina's quality is starting on Melbourne City's bench, only required for a couple of minutes. Hasn't been Polisina's kind of game. You'd imagine if City were the team chasing, she would have come on sooner, but the City midfield perfectly configured to shut the Raw out of the game. Hiyashi not able to get past Stott. Now McNamara. McNamara not able to keep it in on that side. Could be a little bit frustrated. Holly McNamara came on at half-time, missed a golden opportunity to make it 3 for City. But has played her part, still making her way back into fitness, let's not forget. She is an absolute superstar when she is on song. The game surely away now from the Raw. Stranger things have happened. City happy to tick down the seconds in this corner. Polisina getting involved. Caitlin Sorby, former Melbourne City player in the stands watching on. She'll be delighted with what she's seen tonight. Of course, currently contracted with the San Diego Wave in the NWSL, Torpy. Hiyashi trying to make something happen. It'll come to Otto. He calmly plays it back to Ross Backin. Ross Backin, long hopeful ball. Sikani will gather. At the mercy of the referee, Georgia Ghirardello. 5 minutes of stoppage time has passed. Fryer. McQueen. Nice little 1-2, Woods. Tish Woods. Wrong decision. Ball trickles out of play. And that, you'd imagine, will be that for the Raw's chances of getting a point out of this. They've been so good this season, the Raw, but this was always going to be their big test against league leaders Melbourne City, still undefeated as it stands after 11 games. It's Melbourne City with all of their depth, all of their talent, who is showing the Raw who's boss tonight. Good foul from Holly McQueen. Fairly agricultural. We're into the 7th minute of stoppage time now. Maybe it'll be City with one last chance to add an exclamation mark on their performance. Hiyashi winning the free kick. Polisina a little smile. She knew what she was doing, delaying the restart. Well, full time at Amy Park. It's Melbourne City who are victorious in the top of the table clash. 2 goals to the Tisha McKenna within the first 10 minutes, and then a masterclass from City at shutting down the game and not letting the Raw, the best attacking team in the competition, have a sight on goal. Michael Matriciani has won the battle of arguably the 2 best coaches in the competition this season. High fives all around for Melbourne City. That is a big psychological win and they now go 4 points clear on top of the table. Well, the Roar, they had a much better second half, of course. Tamika Yallop missing that penalty in the first half. Frustration for her, and as captain, Milena Merez making the save, keeping a clean sheet. City's defence incredibly hard to fault this evening. Full time at Amy Park, it is Melbourne City 2, Brisbane Roar 0. So the highlights from this game. Early doors, it was all Melbourne City. This run from Mariana Speckmeyer. Her ball in, causing confusion at the back. Blissett not able to clear, and McKenna taking full advantage. A poacher's goal, a good